Either way, we can guarantee
We
here,
must evaluate cornerbacks differently. That's a tough
maybe
job.
a little. It's listen, DB is a tough job. It's why they are and there is a plethora of them. It's why their job is easily the most replaceable. I think we can say that as Chiefs fans, the easiest because we've had so much turnover there. We've had L'Jarius Sneed came in, played through his rookie contract. Okay, you're out. We're replacing you with Jalen Watson and
Trent McDuffie,
Trent McDuffie and who's the other that I'm
Josh
forgetting?
Williams.
Josh Williams and Kendall Fuller and anybody else that you want to bring in. I mean, we've gone through so many different DBs just replacing since Brandon Flowers. You're in now, you're out. Or Peters, you're in now, you're out.
Man, that's
L'Jarius Sneed,
Brandon
you're
Flowers
in now, you're
is
out.
way back when, dude. Come on now.
But it happens every time. You bring them in, play for your rookie contract. Maybe you get a small second
Brandon
contract,
Flowers
then
played
you're out.
with us for longer than his rookie contract, though,
I,
man.
I said
Brandon
maybe a
Flowers is one of the
small
ones that we
second
hung on to
contract.
for a little bit longer. Like that's a bad example of, you know, that's a bad example of what you're trying to talk about.
We didn't hang on to him for too much longer. I get it though.
It wasn't just his rookie contract, I don't believe.
It
He
was
got
like I thought he played. I thought he got an extra contract for 3 years. He only played two of it, and then went
still
to the Chargers.
longer than the rookie
That's
contract.
why I said a small 1 to 2 year contract.
Yeah.
It's okay. We know that better than anyone else. You bring somebody in, you let them go.
Tyron Matthew, Justin Reed, lots of DBs. Yeah.
Lots of DBs. We go through. It's a big
Kendall
talent pool out there. It's a big
Parks.
talent pool out there.
Yeah. But I like our DB room right now. I really do. There's nothing to be complaining about.
No, I don't think so. And going up against the Chargers, I think we're gonna probably see that in full force just because they're going to be chasing the whole game. I'm not really worried about the Chargers offense. So I think they're going to I think the Chiefs will get up to an early, maybe 2 score lead, make the Chargers in Sao Paulo, Brazil, coming up on Friday, have to chase the game a little bit very early. It is still a divisional game. So expect weird things to happen. Expect the game to be relatively close because it usually is. But their wide receiver room, at least in week 1, doesn't worry me. There's some pieces over there that I think will grow with time and maybe become competent. We'll have to see for sure. But for the most part, I don't think that anybody in their wide receiver room can necessarily keep up with our DBs that we've been talking about. And then we get Fuller to come in to kind of be that little relief spot. You've got McDuffie.
You
Brian
mean
Cook is
Fulton?
Fulton. Sorry, is it
Yeah.
Kendall Fulton?
We were talking about Kendall Fuller earlier. We
Yes,
have Christian
Fulton.
Fulton now.
Christian Fulton.
Yes.
So Christian Fulton, he's come in. He's done very well in OTAs. He did very well in the preseason. Excited to see him alongside Jalen Watson, and then obviously Trent McDuffie, who could not secure a deal before the season started. That may be an off-season thing. Probably will be this upcoming off-season. Um, Brian Cook back from his ankle injury in the Germany game last season. I know he made an appearance in the playoffs, but wasn't very long stint there.
So when it comes to that,
Jay Nix too.
when it comes to our DB room, I get like safeties, I guess. My question right now is who sits higher on the depth chart between Brian Cook and Chamari Connor?
Brian Cook. He is the day one starter. I do like Chamari Connor. It's going to be Jaden Hicks and Brian Cook are going to be the two safety starters. Chamari is going to come in as an off corner or more of that nickelback position.
So yeah,
Uh,
it's like that nickel safety hybrid that
yes,
even like add in linebacker esque responsibilities at times. Like,
I think they're naming that like the cheetah position nowadays.
but so I was just questioning that because I saw Brian Cook in pretty late in some preseason games. So I was I was
Yeah,
a little
it could be.
concerned about what we thought about what we thought. I guess that was just like to get his playing legs ready with the injury.
Yeah,
Like I
yes.
don't.
Yeah, I don't think it has
I
anything to
thought there was
do.
somebody else that was going to end up starting over him. It's Jaden Hicks, Brian Cook starting, I guess. Then
Yeah, it's going to be Jaden Hicks and Brian Cook starting. I think there's going to be, as we've seen over the last few years with Spags defense, there's heavy rotation the DB position, no matter if it's corner or safety. There's heavy rotation. I don't expect that to change. And given that, look, Brian Cook only came back for the Super Bowl and maybe a little bit in the AFC Championship post injury in Germany. It was really to get his legs under him. He hasn't played. He hasn't had a lot of football to play to get ready for this year. And that could be a little bit of an iffy point, but I think they were just doing it to make sure that he was getting ready.
cool, cool, cool.
On the defensive
I
side, I
wasn't sure
don't.
if there was a name I was missing. What's up?
No, I'm not really worried about or thinking that there's any other names off the top of my head. I think there's some guys that could come in later in the season, but you know how Spags likes to run it too. He likes his veterans to be the main staples as he works in the rookies. We've only seen in small portions where rookies come in and really like overhaul at least time played. One of those being Nick Bolton, and the other one being George Karlaftis. And that just goes to a testament for the team that the Kansas City Chiefs have, especially on the defensive side. Not a lot of turnover, at least outside of the interior defensive line position. Um, so I'm not too worried. I think this game will be played a little close towards the end. At least the scoreboard will show that, but the Chiefs will have in hand everything that they need because I'm not worried about anything that comes out of the Chargers. They brought back Keenan Allen, so what? They've got Amarian Hampton because Najee Harris lost an eye. Doesn't really matter. They lost Rashawn Slater for the year. They've got Joe Alt moving over to left tackle. Their right tackle is going to be a weak position. Justin Herbert has done nothing that shows that he can come out and be the guy that everybody thinks that he can be in this league.
Yeah, I mean, according to ESPN and CBS, the depth chart is that Chamari Connor's strong safety and Brian Cook's our free safety. Jaden Hicks is backing up Brian Cook.
That'd be really interesting.
Dion Bush right
That's
now is on IR.
Yes, Deion Bush went out early. I saw a lot of Jaden Hicks starting. Again, it's probably a rotational piece with Chamari Connor. I'd
Because yeah,
be that'd be
that's
interesting.
my assumption that it would be Jaden Hicks at free safety and Brian Cook at strong safety, and Chamari Connor playing kind of that hybrid role. But
Maybe I mean we did
I
see
do
Jaden
think
Hicks more in the hybrid role last season with Justin
I
Reed in
think
there. Well, I mean we did. He can
I
be more of that
Jaden Hicks is
cheater
way
role.
more of a free safety.
It depends on I guess if there's changes going on. I thought he was more of a free safety as well.
He is a free safety. He's just backing up Brian Cook.
Interesting.
It says Brian
They
Cook is the starting free safety.
interesting.
Yeah.
I
Chamari
didn't think
Connor is the
Chamari.
starting strong safety.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I did not see Jaden
So we
Hicks
can both
not
agree
in the
that we
start.
think Jaden Hicks is better than Chamari Connor. And if it was just
I,
like a two safety
yeah,
system, I would rather have Jaden Hicks and Brian Cook out there.
much more so. I would much rather have Jaden Hicks out there. I liked
Now
what I saw from
that's
him.
something to watch. That's something to watch in the or not season opener.
That is
Something
that's
to watch.
very interesting because I like Chamari Connor. I just thought Jaden Hicks was a little bit better.
He's not who I think of when it comes to coverage. He hits hard for sure. He's definitely a strong safety type of guy, but I definitely like him in the type of role that we typically play with that hybrid third safety
Nickel. Yep.
slash linebacker slash nickel. Yeah.
Yep.
So um but yeah, otherwise I'm I'm looking forward to how the defensive line takes advantage of the Chargers' offensive line lacking Rashawn Slater. We probably don't get a whole lot of pressure off the left side, but like if Joe Alt's going to be on the left side, we just have Chris Jones and George Karlaftis on the other side, and what are they going to do? Uh, you know, like
I
we
mean,
have
you bring
Chris
up
Jones and George Karlaftis attacking the right side of their offensive line, and I mean, right?
you bring up George Karlaftis. I would say there's one thing that we're missing here is Charles Omenihu.
He typically
Charles,
plays where Joe Alt is going to be, though.
yes, but
He
what
plays on that right side of the defensive line, attacking the left side of the offensive line.
we also haven't seen Charles Omenihu start a season with the Chiefs. Last year he was suspended. The year that he came over, he was coming off of I believe the torn ACL or vice versa, on suspension injury. But he has not had a season opener with the Chiefs. In fact, the earliest he's played is week 4, if not week 6. So having him for a season opener
Yeah.
and also allowing him maybe to have a full season stretch, I don't think that's anything to balk at. When you've got
Essentially the defensive line is coming out guns blazing game one, and we're not used to that.
Derek Notty's back, we've got Omar Norman Lott from Tennessee, who was the college equivalent of Chris Jones in terms of getting double and triple teamed and how often that was and how much he was able to beat it. How that translates to the NFL is left to be seen, but that's what he's dealt with in college. So having two guys on that defensive line who know how to attack a double or also having the outside being able to leverage that, like, defensive line for the Kansas City Chiefs should be very scary this year. Not to mention, we'll have guys backing up on the outside in Mike Dana. I think there's a couple other guys filling in for FAU now that he's out for the season. I'm not worried about the defensive line the way I have been in the past.
Malik Herring is still on the roster, but he's a third string end. Ashton Gilotti made the team.
Ashton Gelati, don't forget him.
Yeah, and you said Derek Notty, you said Mike Dana. Yeah, yeah. I
Ashton
mean
Gelati, he's going to be the
that's
guy he's
wonderful
going to be your
depth for us
next.
because both Mike Dana and Derek Notty know our system, been here for a while. Derek Notty coming back, obviously, and Ashton Gelati just being a pleasant surprise in the preseason. I don't know if anybody really had expectations about him
He was
coming.
well liked out of the draft by Chiefs fans who look at college players in depth before the draft and
Oh,
seeing it.
totally. Yeah,
I thought
sure.
it was a high pick. A lot of people really liked him. He
Uh,
played very well in the preseason.
he did. Like I said, pleasant surprise.
And that's why I'm not worried about whatever the Chargers try to throw at us. What I think they're going to have a tough time on the offensive line. It doesn't matter if they have Najee with one eye or Amari and Hampton with two eyes. Justin Herbert's going to drop back and have somebody in his
That's
face the whole time.
like so. Nick Bolton being who he is, occasionally we will struggle against the run. I think that's the only way the Chargers have some positive notes after the game. They might gash us a couple of times. They might have a couple of impressive runs. They might end the game with a decent yards per carry average. But at the end of the day, they're going to be passing more often because they're going to be down. And Justin Herbert's going to be running around a lot because our defensive line is going to be taking advantage of their poor offensive line. But I think both Chris Jones and George Karlaftis will get a sack. But primarily those two will be causing the havoc and really not allowing the Chargers to have a hope of coming back. It's not
I,
going to be
I,
a
I
domination. It's not going to be a domination by any means. I think the Chargers will score, but yeah, I'm not barring anything freaking crazy, man, happen in Brazil.
well,
Uh,
we
we
know that
win.
Rashee Rice
We
is
win.
out for the first 6
We
games.
win. So what? So what?
What are you expecting to see, or what are you hoping to see on the offensive side? I mean,
I'll tell you
Xavier
what
Worthy is
I'll tell you
stepping into that
exactly what
position.
I'll tell you exactly what we're going to see. Okay. I'll tell you exactly what I'm hoping to see, what we're going to see. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. There's this guy on our team named Travis Kelsey, and
Oh,
he's basically going to be wide receiver one. You don't even have to factor him. That's why we have technically four tight ends on the roster. Okay, we have Robert Tunyon. Robert Tunyon used to be Aaron Rodgers' favorite target at one point on a Packers team. Okay,
soft hands.
Bobby Tunyon knows how to play the tight end position. And also, we got this
Glorified
guy
tackle.
named Noah Gray, who's like, all right, he's been learning from Travis Kelsey for quite some time. He's kind of like the long bred successor to the Travis Kelsey tight end, but I don't think Noah Gray is really it. I think somebody else is going to come along and eventually take that title. But Travis Kelsey, Travis Kelsey. If there's a five lineman right here, Travis Kelsey right here is a tight. He's just going to go whoop. Travis Kelsey whoop, and then somebody else is going to be a tight end. They're gonna call it 12 personnel. They're gonna call it this and that. Travis Kelce, whoop, wide receiver. Wide receiver one, Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelsey. That's what it's gonna be. Everything else is gonna play off of that. Isaiah Pacheco is gonna get a healthy amount of carries. We're forgetting, we're forgetting
As in
that
12.
Andy. What? What?
As in 12. He's going to get 12 carries.
15 to 20, legitimately. I really do.
Wow.
Like I said, we're forgetting that Andy Reid just came off the season where he had the highest clip of rushing attempts in his coaching career. I think Isaiah Pacheco looks good enough that he's really not going to shy away from that. I think he's going to feed the beast. I think he's going to set up a lot of play action. I think he's still going to use screens like Andy Reid has gone away from in the past couple of, like I think Andy Reid is going to be Andy Reid this season. And that means creative plays, solid run game, effective run game, and like we have the best quarterback in the NFL and one of the best wide receiver rooms that he's probably ever going to experience, barring injury. It's the Chiefs we're talking about, dog.
Easy peasy.
It's the Chiefs we're talking about, dog. Sao Paulo. Ah, man, I was trying to do
That
something that rhymed with
yeah.
it. Chiefs and one because we only play one game.